Okay, so I was sitting at lunch the other day and I was thinking, while someone was doing the rip for jobs, I was thinking, how cool would it be if you could actually get your calculator to randomly choose who does what jobs? So I had a thought about it, had to think about it, and I tried to figure out a simple program that you can do, and then you'd be playing with your calculator at the dinner table instead of your iPod or your iPhone. So first of all, we're going to go to Program, New, create new, and I'm just going to call it RIP. Okay, because it's really a... Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Input, and when we input something, we need it to say something in speech marks, so I'm going to ask it to say people at table. So here we go, people at table. Okay, and I'm going to close it up with some speech marks. And now what I want it to do is I want it to assign that as a variable. So when you input a number, it's going to assign it as a variable. I'm just going to call it x. Okay. The next thing I'm going to ask it to do is to display something. So let's go to display, and I'm going to ask it to display assign numbers because I want the prefect there to assign numbers. So I'm going to say assign numbers. So they're going to assign numbers 1 through 6 or however many people are at that table. And then I want it to wait a second, just wait for the prefect to get that done. So I'm going to ask it to pause. So that's down here, I think, at 8. And what pause does is it just pauses the program until you press the enter button again. Now I want it to display the results. So once everyone's chosen a number, it's going to display, remember, second function, and we need some speech marks, display plates, and then close it up. So the person who I want to choose it, I'm gonna do some math here. I'm gonna ask it to choose a random integer. Now that goes in here. That's in probability. I want it to choose a random integer, and the way these parentheses work is it chooses a random integer in between 1 and a number. So in this case, it's going to be x because that was the amount of people that are going to sit at our table. So between 1 and x, and close that up. And that's going to choose a random number and it's going to display that. Okay, and then I want to pause. So let's go down here again to pause, and then I want the prefect to assign numbers for whoever's left. So I'm going to go to Program, Display, Assign Numbers. I'm just typing on my calculator. I'm just typing on my keyboard here. Okay, and then I want it to pause. Enter, and I think it's 8. Okay, so it's going to pause, and then it's going to tell me who's got cups. So I want it to program display, cups, and I want it to choose who does cups. Only this time, I'm not going to choose a random. I'm not going to choose a random integer between 1 and x. It's going to be x minus 1. So math, probability, random integer. And this time it's going to be in between 1 and x minus 1. So 1 and parentheses x minus 1, because there's one less person now. And then I'm going to go to pause. And then I'm going to get the prefect to assign numbers again, only this time it's going to be for trash. So program, display, and there are lots of different ways you could write these programs. There are lots of different things you can do. This is just a very simple way of finding it, of calculating it. Program, pause, assign numbers. Now what I want to do, I want to display trash. So display trash. Oh, I need to put speech marks in there. So this way I can go to second function, insert, and then some speech marks. There we go. And this is going to assign who does trash. So close the speech marks. Then we need a comma. I'm going to choose another random number. Only this time it's going to be between 1 and x minus 2, because there should be 2 less people at the table now. So 1, comma, x minus 2. Okay. Let's give it a test. Second function, quit. Let's go to program. Let's go down to rip. Oops. Okay, let's see. Okay. People at table, let's say 7. Assign numbers, and then it will wait for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plates is number 4. Assign numbers again. Cups is number 3. Assign numbers again. And trash is number 4, but it's going to be a different number 4. Let's see. Let's see my table. Here's my lunch table. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people there. I'm going to run the program again. How many people at table? 7. Okay. Assign numbers. Okay. Let's assign numbers. I'm going to say you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Going to go back to my calculator. Where is it? Hiding. Assign numbers. Done. Number 1. Okay. That means you, Mr. Skateboarder. So he's going to run off and do his job. And now I'm going to reassign my numbers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's reassign these numbers. And cups is number 3. There he is, the winter guy there. You get the idea. And that's how you can have a little fun at your table using a calculator to assign random jobs.